latest conditions. Very good. Thank you for joining us today. We're doing in our real estate show a little update on the impact of real estate investing or the impact of coronavirus, the new thing out there now that's really a, a threat in what it represents more than probably what it is or what it'll turn out to be. But we'll need to look at what the impact is, could be, and what that means for your real estate business. Let's make a slight adjustment up here. And the camera, one of our cameras seems to be a little bit way off here. Maybe I'll have to check if I have halitosis or not. Why are you staying away from me? Getting closer. Come on in. All right, that's how funny for today. Alrighty. So let's get in with what we're doing today. We have an article. It's another real estate investing. I don't like to call these guys gurus or not, but an expert or someone with great experience in the field. And they have come out with a YouTube video, probably a podcast as well, from apartment building investing with it says with Michael Blank. I think it's Michael Blank, and this is presented. The article though is presented by Kate Buck, and this again is through our Feedly resource here. We'll go to our screens here if we may. See if that's working right or not. I don't see a transition here. That's supposed to work and it's not working at this point. So let me just fix that up because it's been a while since we've done one of these. So it's understandably having some issues. It's to be expected. So let me just refresh these resources for you guys so that our OBS can say, oh yeah, I remember what to do now. Let's see if we can get that going. Alrighty, so some of you are experiencing that you're okay. So now it's coming in. All right, so this article is entitled "Why the Coronavirus is Great for Multifamily Investing." As part of our real estate investing programming. Now, one thing before I continue, however, we're talking about big stuff here. So I know a lot of you guys, or it's a lot of people out there that have been thinking about getting into real estate. You just don't have the money, or you think that it takes a lot of money to get into it, and things like that. Most of that is true. And that's why you've been concerned about it. Luckily, with our program, you can start. We have a great program for starters, for beginners, and all you need is as little as $25, quite literally. Of course, the more you have, the more better, the faster you can get into bigger things, but you can get started at $25,000, build up, and the best thing to do is to get started right away. So if you can manage $25 a week, then you can get started in your real estate, desires. Let me check on one of the cameras and not displaying, so I'll just have to reset that for a moment here. Okay. Alrighty. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. The fact is that this is probably the first real estate broadcast we have done through our new facility, and so this is the first time that OBS has to hook up to the new things and new places, I guess. that we have set up now. All right. So in any case, look into the URLs now. What it's very important that you get started, especially because of these issues with coronavirus. Time is simply just running out. So if you're not a person that has a lot of money, but you can pull together at least $25 a week, there's no reason that you cannot get started in real estate. No reason. That's all you need. So look at it as a higher rent, that you have another a little, bill that you have, cable TV, whatever, a new service, new phone service, whatever you need to imagine it as. But if you have the $25, you really should be enrolling in one of our low entry programs where you can really get started and really make a big difference. And we're talking about a short period of time, a few uh, 12 to 24-month period of time, and your life is going to look very, very, very different than it is right now. Okay, so why the coronavirus is great for multifamily investing? The key to multifamily, there's been a lot of talk around, there's a lot of programs, what I'm saying, seminars that talk about the multifamily investment. What you're going to hear about a lot of times is the four apartment building. Okay, so the four apartments, what you're going to hear a lot is one of those apartments can obviously be where you live. There's a lot of benefits to that, a lot of reasoning to that. It's a good thing to look into for yourself. And you rent out the other three. The other three will pay the mortgage for the apartment complex, and then also will provide you with your sustenance, and you can go from there. So the multifamily is an important step, I think, for most people who want to get into real estate investing and to develop it so that you can retire. So when you're looking at it as a retirement, as something that reduce your need to pay rent someplace else, or have the best of both worlds, ownership of your own home, a place where you're going to live, but at the same time be in real estate investing. I think this is the perfect combo, if you will, and perfect situation that most of the philosophy and practice actually is leaning towards. In today's situation, economic and social political health situation that is happening right now in the news, there are certain things that we need to be concerned of. And those of you who still haven't thought about, still haven't been able to get into this, you really need to speed it up. It's urgent at this point. You really need to do something quickly. And I think the programs that we provide is the perfect thing for you. I'm just letting you understand that it's time to get moving on that. But going back to the article here, as we can see clearly, the stocks are on track for their worst week since the financial crisis. Goldman Sachs is warning of no earnings growth in 2020. Okay. Interest and mortgage rates are headed down again at all-time lows, all resulting from the worldwide spread of coronavirus. So they go on to begin to address why is this great news for multifamily investing. And one of the things that they point to in this article, which again I'll give you that URL where you can go and look at it. Last week, Barron's reported a warning from Goldman Sachs that U.S. public companies will post no earnings growth this year due to the inevitable spread of coronavirus. Goldman's chief U.S. equity strategist David Kostin sent a note to clients last Thursday, February 27, 2020. In that note, he wrote, quote, the U.S. companies will generate no earnings growth in 2020. These are projections. We have updated our earnings model to incorporate the likelihood that the virus becomes widespread. So again, these financial experts are are incorporating a future outlook model that assumes or that includes the likelihood that the coronavirus will become widespread. And this has a great economic impact. It's already having that impact. We already see it. If you look through your news today, you look on Google News or your other news sources, you're going to see a vast amount of news about business impact, the impact on business of the coronavirus. We have an airline, I believe, that's already filed for bankruptcy and is not flying any more flights. Simply, they were flying at a very risky. When I'm saying risky, not making much profit at all, and now this coronavirus really just shot them out of the water. And these type of things are going to have a ripple effect. And if and when it gets stronger, the coronavirus gets more widespread. It's only now beginning in the USA, and USA is a fuel, really, an engine, an economic engine for a lot of the world. It's still yet to be, for us to see how much of an impact these things are going to have. But they can have horrendous impact financially around the globe, and particularly here in the U.S. And it says here that why are they predicting no earnings for 2020 and we're so early in this year? According to costs and supply chain disruptions. Supply chain disruptions. And these are concerns also that concern each and every, citizen, because if there's a supply chain disruption, that includes supply chain for people, individuals. So you got to start thinking about these things. And decreased consumption would continue to hit earnings before most of the lost activity is made up later in the year. In that scenario, history suggests S&P 500 earnings per share could slide by a whopping 13%, roughly over 4 quarters, before rebounding 10% in 2021, looking at past history, how the markets have responded. So they're advising their clients to shift their holdings away from cyclical stocks with significant operations abroad and into real estate. See? So the financial experts are telling the people with money, their clients, that they should be taking their finances out of the stock market, because all of the businesses are going to be scrambling right now and throughout this year, and to put it into the safest thing on the planet, which is real estate. Now, this is the advice given to billionaires, to millionaires, and everyone. This advice is out there. The rich money, the big money, is following and getting this advice right now, today, as we speak right here. We sit right here. Vast amounts of monies are beginning to move away from, the stock market. I think it was last week where Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency, also started to dip down, and monies were being transferred for whatever reasons or anything. I'm not making a correlation here. There shouldn't be a correlation, but it's possible that, and at the same token, there should be one, because of what I'm going to say. It should be that some big money that also is holding on to some crypto is also should be putting their money into real estate. And that is the advice that we're giving in our crypto for our crypto students, our crypto program members, is a leveraging strategy between crypto and real estate. And we actually show our members in 2 years' time how they can become millionaires from a small amount, like I was telling you guys in the beginning, from just $25 a week. You can start in 2 years. You should be into the millions, regardless of what Bitcoin does. It has nothing to do with where Bitcoin does. Matter of fact, most people who hold on to cryptocurrency today will fare better if they use our leveraging program. And in 2 years' time, I mean, if you're waiting for Bitcoin to become $1 million thing so that you can be a millionaire, you really wasting your time, because you'll make it earlier with our leveraging program than you will just waiting for Bitcoin, waiting for that to happen to Bitcoin. And here, the sound advice from Goldman Sachs is that those that are rich and wealthy, should take their money and put it into the safe haven, which is real estate. And again, and that's just because it's safe. It's not, and as being safe, it's going to have its typical returns. It's not that that market is anything spectacular in terms of the return of investment. Again, they're not flipping houses. They're not doing any creative investing real estate, and they're definitely not doing the extreme real estate that we do in our programs. So they're not. That's not what they're talking about. They're just talking about simply keeping their money safe in real estate, where it can at least continue its value and maintain most of its value in a safe haven um, type of asset. So shortly after that, Goldman increased its recommended exposure to real estate to overweight from neutral. So they increased it to overweight. That for their portfolio should be overweighted in favor of real estate. And so that's something that grabbed their attention. Take a look at these recent headlines. Dow falls 1191 points, the most in history with CNN. Financial markets plummet as coronavirus tightens its grip. NPR News. Coronavirus fears are driving interest rates down. New York Times. The mortgage rates head back down on coronavirus fears. Washington Post Real Estate. In the last article referenced above, the Washington Post reports, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention warn that the spread of the virus is inevitable within the United States. The news caused the yield on the 10-year Treasury to plummet to a record low Wednesday, falling to 1.3%. It was the second day in a row the yield sank to a new low. So basically, what you need to get out, it's not that it's a panic mode, but it's the impact. Simply, uh, just gossip can impact the stock market and people's investment, even in crypto markets. People are the market tends to be very sensitive with any little bit of news. But this thing of coronavirus, this is like an immense problem. And also because of the shutdowns, the precautionary, the coronavirus itself doesn't have to do anything, but the people being so afraid, and businesses, they're going to lose their productivity, they're going to lose profits trying to stay open, they're risking the spread of the coronavirus, or even the perception that they are, helping to spread by forcing people to go to work. All of this stuff, all of these things are combined to make the market really just fall apart here with that alone. I mean, you're talking about the depression era. Um, an issue like coronavirus has the potential of creating depression era type fears, and if not, even new, a greater one, because now we're more advanced. Now there's more money, uh, you know, uh, and we've had the experience of the depression, that fear of having that happen again. So it's a little more exacerbated, in my opinion, what could happen now. So it says here, though, they say that these headlines shouldn't scare you. In fact, as a multifamily investor, they should give you a sense of peace, right? Whether you are an active syndicator or a passive investor, now is a great time to up your game in this alternative investment vehicle. It says here they're a safe haven to economic uncertainty, as evidenced by the Goldman recommendation and how real estate performed in the last recession. Interest rates are at historic lows and may continue to go lower. This means that the cost of the debt for a multifamily syndication is at an all-time low, and demand for affordable housing continues to increase, which means there is no shortage of tenants looking to occupy multifamily units, and that goes across the board. The tenant the people looking for new places to live is absolutely a sure thing. It's really a good market out there right now for renting. The volatility of Wall Street is nothing new. I've created a special report. So now he goes into their special report. I'll give them the plug, the michaelblank.com report. You can /report. You can go over there and get that free report. Probably sign up to his newsletter and whatnot. A well worthwhile information resource that you guys should really be looking into. Okay, so that being said, let's get into our let's get into the transition. See, one moment. Let's go have a transition. I see we need to make some major updates to this. So, that being said, um, that's the reason why it's so important for you to really consider attending as soon as possible one of our seminars. If you're not into real estate, you see, you just don't have options. Even if you are thinking about, listen, what do we do if we have to move away, we have to abandon where we live, if the coronavirus or anything else is making it dangerous for us to stay here in the big city, with so many people and so many ways that it's sickness or whatever situation can be spread from one person to another, etc., etc., you really need to start considering that you have to up your game if you're ever going to get into this real estate business. And you got to look at it too as not just a real estate business. You have to look at it as a safe haven financially, but also as a personal family safe haven, a health safe haven, even a survival safe haven. These are the things that real estate affords you. It affords you a different place to go to if the place you have is no longer suitable for survival, even. We're getting to the stage. It's unfortunate, and I don't want to be an alarmist or anything like that. But you have to be alarmed when things like this is going on, and things like this are inevitable. And if it's not this, it's going to be an asteroid that hits the Earth. If it's not that, it's the sun is going to send off a solar flare. It's going to hit us straight on and knock out some computers. If not, the whole network goes down. And where will your Bitcoin be? Where will your wallets be? Where will your whole system goes down the drain after that? Are there jobs after that? There's a lot of things that can go on that will totally change life. And real estate provides an all around safe haven, not just an economic one, but an all around safe haven. There's a lot of things you can do if you had a different place to go that was yours, and you can go preparing that place as a place to go in an emergency. And again, to be away from the crowds and the masses and the zombies. Okay, but that's enough of the fun. But we need to be serious, serious about the potential that's out there. You know, you need the bottom line is that you need options. You need options. I think that's the most intelligent thing and an intelligent way to look at it. You need options for yourself, not just the wealthy. You got these rich people, they're getting advice. Hey, get into real estate, put your money into real estate, and somebody else is telling them, you got the island ready. I'm sure there's some wealthy people traveling right now in their private jets, and they're going off to their private islands, their private getaways. That's what the rich are doing. That's what the wealthy are doing because they have it. They have their island. They have their place to go to, their remote locations. The great thing is that you could have your remote location. Actually, if all you had was $25 a week, that's the magic number right now. $25 a week. I couldn't make it less because there's no way for me to do that. It won't work. But at $25 a week, you can have your own private location. Get started on your way. It won't pay for that, but you'll get started and you'll soon be able to have it. But if you're sitting around waiting for something to happen and waiting till you have enough, that's the wrong thing to do. You really got to get moving into something as quickly as possible. So our program is available. It's $25 a week for those who can only muster that. Of course, those who can muster more, you get more, and it's faster. The more you have to put into it, the faster things happen for you. It's just simple as that. It is basic real estate investing. That's what it is. There's nothing strange about it. It's straightforward. The only thing is that we make it more accessible to you and to a low income entry as $25 a week is. So I really suggest that you look into that. We're also featuring our seminars, our workshops. As far as we know, we're still doing that. We're going to watch how the virus spreads, if it spreads. If it spreads too much and too widely, we'll have to cancel. So just be abreast of that. We'll guys will let you know. There's nothing we can do. I don't want you guys having also we're battling now against this coronavirus, and people are not going to want to get out and be sitting in a room for days with other folks. And there's always someone that's going to be coughing, and you're going to have that in your head. So this is the impact that coronavirus is going to be having on business, and it's unfortunate. So keep a lookout on if we do cancel day. It doesn't matter because all we do with these dates, as we get nearer to the day of the event, if we have to cancel or if there are no attendees in certain cities, we're doing is moving it to the back of the calendar. So we're just moving it downline. So the workshop will always happen, and we'll just move it so that it becomes wait out the virus and wait out whatever situations are happening. So that's not a problem for us. And but you don't have to wait for these seminars to come to your town. Like I said, You can start with $25 at any moment by going to a URL that I'll show you before we end right here. And that way you can, that's the URL up there. Let's see if this one has it. Yeah. By going to this URL and watching the video there, it explains to you the special program. Very limited. It's absolutely very limited. When I did that video that you'll watch at that URL, there was only one program available. Now we have a number of them, but each of the locations though is limited in the way that I described in the video. So that is, it remains the same, but at least there's some more openings up for you guys that are watching right now. So take a look at this. This is your way of getting started in real estate investing at only $25 a week. $25 a week, you get started, and you start building up your return of investment ROI. You start receiving income. This is about making land work for you. So you're going to be in this program, you're going to get the training, and you're going to turn this rental, this is a rental, you're going to be renting land, but you're going to turn that rental into profit, a profit center for you that's going to then make you capable financially of getting into the other goodies in real estate investing, like this multifamily thing, which is the recommendation. And this is definitely doable through this program. So you have, even if you have limited funding, most of you can pull out $25 a week when you check. Okay, and start your way towards a brighter future in real estate investing, a safe haven. It's a safe haven, and that's what this is all about. So we open up this opportunity again, limited opportunity. So don't wait around. Don't wait too much time, because we don't have it either with a pandemic or with the financial situation. There's no more time, ladies and gentlemen, to be delaying and wasting. Simply, you really need to make significant moves, and now is the time to do that. So, and this, luckily, also these programs are coronavirus safe. So that means that the coronavirus is not impacting these programs. As a matter of fact, the coronavirus and anything else like it, it actually helps this program. So your returns are greatly enhanced because of the situation that we're seeing right now, and most probably will have to live with for the next couple of years until something else happens on this planet that really changes things around, which is like you have to hope and cross your fingers and do a lot of prayer. But in any case, thank you for watching. Take a visit there, get your popcorn and soda ready. Enjoy that and take action. Remember, there's only a limited opportunity, so grab it up. There's only very few spots available, so take care. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video. That wasn't what we wanted.